Hey, little ambient machine here. Hi guys. Today I want to talk about my workflow. As you can see here is my little rig. It's a 6U84 HP rig, and I have another 84 HP skiff. Yeah, the reason I make this video is because I hope I can help others who are just starting with Eurorack with making choices. And I mean, we all use Eurorack in a different way, and some people are doing it professional and others are doing it because it's a hobby, like myself. But there's one thing I think we all have in common, and that's the addiction Eurorack, because I think it's an addiction. Having the restlessness in your mind about buying and selling modules, restlessness in your mind about creating new patches. You are in bed and you can't sleep and you think about a new patch that you might try the next morning. All these kind of things, we all went down that rabbit hole, I think. Also the buying and selling modules, I mean, ongoing business. Being inspired because of new modules, or getting inspired only when you have new modules. And yeah, then sell them again, and so on and so on. I can go on with this for like half an hour, I think. There's a lot of joy involved in Eurorack, but there's also a lot of frustration involved in Eurorack. And yeah, I'm kind of settled now with the system that I have. And I would like to explain you how it works. So here we have it. I'll try to explain it very simple and short, because most of you probably know all these modules, but it's basically only effects, effect section with reverb, delay. There's an audio processing section with the morphagene and the lubat, and there's an input slash clock section right here. And the inputs, I use the ES8, because the ES8 I can combine it with either my DAW or with the iPad, and then I can import sounds from the iPad or from my DAW into this system. I can record the sequences coming from the DAW or from the iPad into the morphagene or into the lubat, or in both. And I can process that audio again and make it into a different kind of sound, which would still be in the same key as the original sound. So, and then I can make decisions like, okay, the morphagene goes through the Desmodus Versio reverb into the output, and the lubat is going into the monsoon and then to the output. Or I can use the Star Lab, or I can use more effects, multiple effects, make an effect string. So yeah, it doesn't really matter what kind of sound I pump into this system. So far always something nice comes out. Really, it does. It's a very simple way of making sounds, but it works for me. Then I have this little skiff. This does have a couple of voices, the East Beast and the Surface. Sometimes I use this in order to create my sounds. You know, I can sequence with the melodizer, I can sequence both voices, but I can also use the melodizer to sequence a VST instrument in my DAW, for instance, because the ES8 is also doing gate and CV, so that's great. Further, the Vermona melodizer is a very nice sequencer when you want to make random stuff, so therefore I bought it. You know, you can do a lot of things with it, so yeah, I use this rig also for inputting sounds into the system. And then when I created a nice atmospheric piece, then sometimes I need beats to go with it, and for that I use the Synths. Yeah, it's a great box. I don't have to explain how it works. Most of you will probably know it. It's a great machine for making beats. You don't have to enter samples. It's just what you see is what you get. And yeah, I love to work with it. So yeah, then there's another thing that I changed, which is also important, and that is my mindset. Because in the beginning I had a different mindset on working with modular. I was using modular actually to make tracks or make an album, or yeah, make a full piece, or make a one-take recording or whatever, you know. But that didn't work for me either. It gave me also this restless feeling in my mind. So I look at it now more as fun and doing it as meditation, because when I turn on the system and I start plugging some cables, the funny thing is I can put in any sound that I want. I can just fiddle with the knobs for hours, and it's so mindful. So basically, not looking at Eurorack anymore as being an instrument for making music, but also looking at Eurorack for being an instrument for doing your meditations, which really works for me. Well, anyway, if you have any questions, just send me a DM, a direct message, I think that is, or a personal message, whatever. I hope this video is useful for you, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye, thank you.